Hey, what's up everybody? It's Goose coming to you for the second sketch tour. I think you guys are gonna like this one. It's a little bit bigger. This is a moleskin, one of my favorite types of sketchbooks or brand of sketchbook that I like to do my doodles in. The paper in itself, it's not that thick. It's actually very smooth, but again, I like it because color pencils lay well on them as well as other mediums, although it will bleed through, so you have to be cautious about what type of markers you use or watercolors. Just be mindful of that. So let's begin. And this sketchbook, I think I started back in 2013, maybe 13, 14. And I finally finished it this year. I actually went back and made some adjustments. It's really nice. This actually has a little page where you can put your information in case someone finds it. Hopefully I don't lose my sketchbooks for this to be utilized. All right, so first sketch of the book, I did a study, really cool with color pencils. I try to use purple and orange to kind of complement each other. It's really soft, like I said. I love the texture and the effect that I got in there. The next one, same thing, except a portrait, a face, and my style. It's not really realistic, sort of say. It does have some character-ish tones to it. Right here, some other sketches that I did. I think I used Instagram for this. Like I said, I use Instagram, Pinterest, pretty much anything out there that I can see visually that's attractive to me. I'll try to remember, capture that image in my phone, and then use it to sketch on a later date. Next one, I think I was doing some dancers, really nice and soft. This combination of ink with just graphite, as well over here, more in my style. Again, studies of pictures that I found in anatomy of the ladies. Some more ladies, and these are a little bit more athletically toned. As you can tell, her outfit, as well as these with their pose. I love the lines that I got right here. You know, it's sometimes it's nice to have those straight edges that just connect and go forth, as opposed to something that's round. Not saying that the round strokes or pencil, the weight of it is not good. Just saying sometimes it does look nice to have those straight edges that connect. More studies over here. I think I found a picture of this one. I decided to do color pencil and with some ink. Turned out really nice and soft. Some more. I really love this image right here, where it's just it's a little over exaggerated with this lady that's super thin, with a big chest and her pointy nose. I really like that image that I captured there. And this one over here, she's super excited for something. This is an image I think I found. It's a lady in a lake, and I don't know, with color, I think this would be a really cool piece to take on. More lady studies here. I think this one I did recent. I could tell just because with my shading, I started to shade like with these strokes here and kind of move with with whatever the form is. I think it's effective. See right here, just a face, hands. I love doing the hands. For me, it's like hit or miss. Sometimes I'm really good at it. Other times I'm like, all right, let's see if we can cover up her hands with some kind of prop. Right here, this is a older sketch. You can tell with the shading here and the shading over here, a little bit different, but I still love this one. It just has great form, you know, and that's what you really look for. Let's see here. And sometimes it's nice to have, you know, a line or something a little bit stronger that really separates, you know, telling you that this is the light and this is the shadow, you know. And then you get really, you know, deep in that line right there, and then it just goes soft away, hard and then soft away. So, fan of this one here. Some more, as you can tell, like this paper, I do a little gray tone there just to give it some dimension. But it bled through, which I really don't care. I mean, it's nice, you know, kind of visual texture that you get from on the other side. And then this one right here, I think this was Instagram, but I think it was bodybuilder.com had this thing that they did on a yearly basis where they took all these fitness models and they're nude, and they had some fun and took these really elegant pictures, very drastic, great for studies. So if you guys want some good reference, I think it's bodybuilder.com. They do like it's kind of like the ESPN where they take the athletes and then they get them naked, they photograph them really nice and elegant, and I think it's one of the top issues that they sell, just because people in nature, you know, are curious to see what's underneath those clothes. Here's another one, more studies, simple shapes here to a more advanced structure. Right here I'm just playing with some shading in the background. Right here I have my Superman, which I did really quick, and decided to color him, not in the most eloquent way whatsoever. It's really quick. I should take my time and try to recreate this digitally. It'd be pretty cool to see. Here's my Batman, because if I draw Superman, then I'm like, well, I gotta draw Batman, and I'm good at that. I don't need to do Flash or Aquaman and so on. Right here, I saw this really cool picture of Michael Jordan going up for a slam. His body is just phenomenal to draw, and there's some really good artists on Instagram that take that this character, I would say, this icon of Michael Jordan, and gives him some like really outrageous disproportionate body limbs, but it's just great. I find that more interesting than someone painting a lifelike, realistic image of Michael Jordan. I'd rather see something that I hadn't seen, you know, because when you see a photograph or you know, artwork that resembles a photograph, you know, you look at it and you're like, well, that looks like a photograph, and it's beautiful. I admire it. But when you see something that you haven't seen before, I think that's art. I mean, that's really, you know, what I hope to translate whenever I do my artwork. Magneto right here, he's got a pretty cool costume now. All right. So then I follow with another comic book hero, Wolverine, one of my favorite. I think this was my first, and still is my favorite comic book character. just diverse. And I drew him like he should be drawn. He's not a skinny guy. He's not a tall guy. He's a short, stocky guy, and that's what I did right there. You know, he's supposed to be, I think, technically 5'3", and Hugh Jackman's, I think, 6'2". So there's really a loss in translation between the comic and the movie. More characters over here. I have Street Fighter characters, I think Sakura. Feet, more bodies. You know, just a quick figure right there, some branches. Once in a while, I love getting into branches. This right here, I think this is a pretty cool drawing someone did of a Mega Man, but more stylized to, you know, get away from that big eyes, cartoony midget Mega Man. This is more of a anime-like Mega Man, which is pretty cool. I did Hulk right here, you know, sketch, and then ink. Really try to keep the ink really loose, just like the drawing itself. Cap right here. So you can see there's this theme of comic book heroes. This is pretty cool. I'm a big fan of Silicon Valley, so I did the characters of Gilfoy and is it Ganesh? I'm messing it up. And with the other characters, I didn't finish the guy who got kicked off. He's a Deadpool. I can't think of him right now, but I need to actually go back and finish those 4 characters. More Cap, because you can't have just one. I think this is an original pose that I did. Cammy, I love Cammy from Street Fighter. Little Catwoman right there. You know, just a really, you know, it doesn't have to make sense. If you see something and it just needs to be on paper, go ahead and do so. And I think this is just a foot on a soccer ball. And then I did LeBron James, because he's LeBron James and he's pretty massive and really cool to draw. All right, moving on. We got my Thor. I love, like, you know, continuing with the comics. Big fan of Thor. I think when I look up the Zodiac, you know, constellation, who's your comic book character sign, and it's Thor. I'm a Leo, born August 7th. So I think I match well with Thor. I've always been a fan prior to that knowledge. And I'm a little cat right there. And sometimes I just need to draw something in perspective, right? Because you can never do enough of those. And voila. And some lips. There's Iron Man. So you guys can play a guessing game and try to guess who's the next comic character that I draw. Just a really quick, simple illustration of this schoolgirl or lady standing around with a book. More Iron Man. This one, the new God of War, I play that, as well as the characters in it. Just a quick study. I have my Sagat here from Street Fighter. He's one of my favorite characters to play with. Also, I think he's pretty cool. Just this massive guy, and whenever I draw him, like this one, he's pretty sharp as far as like his look. But when I do go into it, I try to always be conscious that this guy is, I mean, he could be like a tiger, you know, and that's one of his moves is a tiger. So I try to emulate something that has his face is more of a cat, a beast-like, you know, just because that's who he is, you know. He's a tiger. Hence tiger uppercut, all that good stuff. So is Akuma. Akuma's more like just a wild cat, but Saga, he's a Siberian tiger. This was just a quick study. I did a guy just posing. And it's good to like work on those anatomy parts. This right here it's an original one where I create these poster-like images where, you know, we see this guy, he's got a pencil, could be a weapon. He's smoking a cigarette, and there's women around him, just kind of almost a James Bond-like. Again, just not, you know, no one in particular, is just practice side profile, the front profile, an eye, a body. Yeah. I think this is an image on Instagram that I found. This right here, you know, that's chaos. I think I started something in the back, you know, try to work something in the front, and then I just end up, you know, maybe just use a blue pencil. I don't care, you know, it's practice. For me, if I'm moving graphite, whatever the medium on paper, I'm doing my job. I'm moving forward. So, all right. Some more studies right here. Kratos from the new God of War, which is the females. I did right here a Terminator. Turned out pretty good. So Arnold has these huge traps, you know, so his shoulders don't go up here, they just drop, which is pretty cool. So it's fun. Then right here, this is just a quick study of an original character that I have. His name is Chad. Chad's this interesting character that hopefully you'll be able to relate to. Right here, a big fan of Riff Raff, so I love his album Neon Icon. So I did hit him as this guy using highlighters, so you can see, like, you know, that neon is pretty cool. I think I Instagrammed it, and I want to say he responded to it on Twitter. And this is when he got big. I mean, I was looking at his pictures before this stage. He was a average kind of skinny guy. Then he blew up. I'm sure he had some enhancements, but fun character to illustrate. Right here, just working with, like I said, with color pencils, and they do such a great job with this moleskin. It just picks up, it's smooth, it's like butter. Big fan of it. Right here is a pretty cool image that I saw, but I thought I need a little improvement. The faces weren't, I don't think they were right, but it's Cable and Domino using that a blue pencil and then overlaying it with a darker graphite. Right here, I did a quick sketch of my wife, and this is the time we're dating. I think this was maybe less than a year into our relationship. So I did a nice little sketch. I'm not even sure if she has seen that yet. And then right here, this is more recent, and you can clearly see, you know, when I shade and try to get, you know, the contrast in there, it's a little bit different from the previous one, which I think it's a bit of an improvement. You know, I'm looking at this right now, I'm like, okay, yeah, I've grown. I'm a lot different as far as style since I drew a few years ago. This right here, just a quick little, thought it was just a cool design with a skull in the back. Right here, I did my little Chung-Li study. Love her face. This right here, I think it's directly from an Instagram post. Yeah, I just redrew it, colored it in color pencils. Right here, I was just playing, just being really harsh on my strokes and like not caring how she looked, how she turned out, just putting down what I see. And that's so important as an artist, is trust your eyes. I know sometimes we have this thing where it's like, okay, I know that it's supposed to look like this, but then when you look at it, it's not like that, or not even taking the time to look at it, just assuming that it's supposed to have a shape of a nose like this, as opposed to actually looking at it and seeing how, if it's more like this or more like that. You really have to take the time to study it. Right here, I love using highlighters just to make it a little bit more interesting. Right here, I was studying hair. Really great to do. Get on Pinterest, follow hair, and just draw hair. That's one of my weaknesses. I'm trying to improve on that. Of course, these are guys, so I think they're a little bit easier. With women, I do have an issue with that, where I'm still trying to grasp how to draw really cool hair for the ladies. Some more perspective drawing. Like I said, you can't get enough of that. More of a side profile. Here's a Cyclops, the Phoenix Cyclops. Pretty cool. I really love this uniform design. Spider-Man. He's just a skinny guy. That's what he is. This right here, I stopped doing it, but I'm a big HBO fan, and I love the series that they put out. And this was on the detective show with Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson. I can't think of the name of the show, but I definitely know that it is part of that show. No, it might be a little bit of that, just because I'm seeing this Lone Star. And I remember drawing that just because in the show, Matthew McConaughey's character was all about Lone Star. I could be mistaken. When I look at it, it's just really a bunch of random images. Some more studies over here. You can't get enough of studies. I even try to dabble in just fonts. Like, it's really cool just to go in there and redesign or try to copy fonts. And you come up with some really interesting letters. And I have a small book. I don't have it with me right now, but it's sort of like this size, where inside it's just a bunch of letters. Really good idea for those artists out there that are constantly looking to grow. Alright, this is an image that I found, which is pretty cool. I never finished it. There's a bike in the background here, but of course we found something really funny, so she's laughing. Right here, just a couple body poses I did fairly quick. This one right here, all ink, which I try to do a lot more. I find it very, I don't know. This is like my natural state, going over here with ink. I'm uncomfortable, but being uncomfortable, that's good. Like, I need to aim a little bit more towards the inking side, so I'm more confident with my strokes and not depending on erasers. This right here I probably didn't erase, but that's not normal. I do have to use erasers somewhat. More images, just pleasing images. Right here, this is a pretty cool. And this reminds me of J. Scott Campbell. I love his artwork. Very similar to how he would approach that. Some kind of creature. This man right here, kind of lost. This is a poison ivy that I should finish. Did not finish, but I like where it's at. It could be better. This right here, I did a study. I think it's just a random face, you know. It's somewhat similar, you know. Right here, I had longer hair and a little shorter, but this is pretty cool. I enjoyed this, going from age 3 to 75 and working on really aging. I think this guy is still kind of young. You could probably go in here and age him a lot more. Definitely, he's not gonna have a huge neck like so. Probably go a little bit skinnier. I don't know what the hell I was thinking, but just a really good exercise. More images that I found on the internet or on the web. Just random. And I love these because they're random. Like, I can look at him and I'll say, okay, I remember doing that. I don't remember doing that. What's up with these axes? What is this? And maybe it sparks a new idea where I'm like, oh, I should really look into that. So every stroke has purpose. Some more studies. This is a Daredevil one that I did, probably because I was watching Daredevil on Netflix. I think she was looking for something. I'm not sure. This is the Game of Thrones. I'm a big fan, so I did little character sketches of all of them. And I'm also familiar with the book, so I almost did like a hybrid of like, they should really look like this, but a combination of like, yeah, the series has this look, but I like the characters that came out with. Really pretty cool. Hercules, one of my favorite. I think this is the first image that I tried to draw just because my dad drew a really cool Hercules, and seeing that, I was captivated by this magic of drawing, and I've never put down a pencil since. So thanks, Dad, for showing me that. I think he regretted for the longest time. He wanted me to be a professional and get a job as a lawyer or an engineer, but that's not my fate. I'm into art, and I think he finally came to terms with it. More Game of Thrones characters. Really love Varys right there, and Cersei. Baelish looks like Baelish, you know. There's little Tyrion. Had a fun time doing these characters. More of these characters, you know. There's Grey Worm, Khal Drogo, Mountain, the Hound. You know, these are just quick little sketches. Had fun with. Here's Daenerys here. She just likes to be naked, and her 3 dragons around her. I think they're kind of young. Daredevil again, really big fan of the show. So tried doing what his tactical gear would look like, or looks like. More just beefy guys fighting poses. Can't beat that. More images from Instagram or maybe Tumblr, not sure. Here's a rendition of Wolverine. I think this is a Jedi Wolverine, if I'm not mistaken. You kind of tell by the clothes. So might be interesting to make digital. We'll look into that. More images that I found that are just cool. This was a pretty cool drawing. She has stars going down here on her face. To tell she's very heavily tattooed. Then right here, I have my guy just doing a pose. I'm not even sure where this was going, but it looks like that. More Captain America, right? Captain America in his pose. This right here, this guy's coming down. Skull, you gotta have skulls. More figures. right here. I think this right here, it was a sketch for a possible painting. It did not do, but maybe I'll do now. More poses. Here's my cool Batman. It's kind of futuristic. You have Gotham in the background with its tactical force suit, which for me that just makes sense. Batman should be wearing a lot of stuff that will protect him as well as enhance his agility and his acrobatics. Some more images that I found, probably on Instagram. These are cool just because these are, just squares. I love doing the squares and just overlapping images upon images. Right here, some poses. Right. Let's see, that's good. No. And these are just images from the mind. No reference. Just sometimes you gotta just draw what you have in the noggin. I think these were images from the internet. More cool images. Someone doing yoga, someone stretching. You gotta get that. Bruce Wayne, doing some Bruce Wayne ones. I think this is a younger Bruce Wayne. This is a cool pose. I think some of these poses, they have service online where you can do quick figure drawings. So these are probably from them. Some more images came upon. Yeah, more images. I think this is a quick little stylized character of can't think of her name. She's a beautiful woman. Let's just skip on that. All right. More images where it's a collage. It's a collage of anatomy and my favorite to draw. Right here, just drawing faces, different kinds of faces. Where, this one, creepy guy, another creepy guy, super creepy guy, with a ordinary guy, older guy, business guy. I'm just a fan of doing faces, just seeing what I can come up with. This one's pretty cool, I think. There's more just random. Here's some more random illustrations, but and that's what I enjoyed so much, is just getting these a collage of random things. It's pretty cool. Then this is Wanda the Witch. This is my Joker interpretation. So, he's definitely flamboyant, kind of cool, suave, and I'm pretty excited to hear that Joaquin Phoenix is playing a Joker coming up soon. I hope he does really well, just because the DC universe needs some success. I mean, right now it just seems like Marvel is just making blockbusters after blockbuster, which is hooray for them, but I kind of want to see the underdog have some success. And they did so with Wonder Woman, which is great, but then they fell off with League of Justice, which is, I don't know if, it was bad. I was gonna say maybe it was bad or it wasn't up to standard, because we're so used to, with the Marvel universe, all the movies coming out are just phenomenal, but it was pretty bad. It wasn't that good. More Sagat, because you can't have enough Sagat, and more women, because you can't have enough women. Some poses. And it's all about these shapes and these forms, and waiting over here and transferring over here. You know, this right here, just having her, you know, leaning back. You know, it's cool. It's sexy. You know, like I'm all about just the aesthetics of like, man, that looks nice. You know, and more of it here, just overlaying. And this one's pretty cool. I think I might do a digital one in this, where she's just coming out and she's confused, but there's these, you know, I don't know what this is, you know, maybe this source of energy, a flow with, you know, some flowers falling. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Add some really interesting colors to it. You got something, right? So maybe I'll bounce back on this idea. Some more sketch dumps. I just characters, figures. Here is, well, I kind of finished it. Here's my Bruce Wayne and then Batman, Clark Kent, Superman, Logan, or I think his name is James Howell, to Wolverine. Right here, she's eating an apple. She's a healthy girl. More healthy girls. I love this pose, just her stretching back, you know, and going with those curves, those lines. Here's a comparison. I think in the comics, he's a little taller than Batman, or they're just about the same height. This is a fun one. I just like doing those faces. And that's not really, this isn't really my style. I go on Instagram, and that's why I'm a big fan of Instagram. I can go on there and see other people's style. And if I like what I see, I try to emulate that. I try to I copy it. And I get something like this, which is really cool. This isn't my style, but I love this. And this can maybe, you know, inspire me to have more of a style like this. It's very attractive. I love this style right here. I'm not even sure what to call it, but it's almost like cartoony-ish, Disney-like. More figure drawings here. There's a guy, and there's the guy, and you guess there's the ladies. More ladies in their poses right here, just going again with just doing other people's styles, and you know, getting really cute. And with this character here, caricature. You know, here's a football player. Just sometimes you gotta be a football player, right? And I'm a big Saints fan, so you can see right here is the Saints fleur de lis. More ladies here. She's working on shade, hair. This one's really cool, where her body was like open, like a praying mantis, and you can see her eyes are a little starky. Right, here's some faces. She's looking back. Yeah, this is a really cool illustration. This could be like, you know, this looks like one of the characters that I would do in my graphic novel that I'm trying to put out. More just poses. I think I went back to that concept where you have Bruce Wayne, Batman, Clark Kent, Superman, and here you go, Wonder Woman, and Wonder Woman with one eye. I guess I never finished doing this, but here you go. This is somewhat of an eye. I think she looks a lot better looking than this, but she's better than the one eye Wonder Woman I just had. Here's Game of Thrones. Can't do enough of that. Especially this guy right here. He's massive. And there's Baelish with his sneaky face. That guy really has a sneaky, creepy face. They cast him well. More faces, and sometimes I'll do this where I'm not really drawing straight forward and creating that, but instead I'll do the side, and I'll really put down some graphite and shade, and then build around that, which turns out pretty cool. I'm a big fan of that. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, because you gotta know your numbers, right? So I like this one. Oh, here's a little snake. Here's my saber tooth. Saber tooth is a really cool guy. Underrated. Like, it's a pretty cool character. I have to make him. I think he's a good guy now. So back when I followed him, he was a villain. This is my Punisher. Just because my Punisher is just this really wiry guy, shaved head, a beard. I think his beard's a little too perfect. He would just have this really crappy beard, well, a badass beard, I should say, a unkept beard where it goes everywhere, right? And then the only thing he keeps up with is his shaved head. He would definitely have scars just because he takes a licking, right? And this guy still keeps going, right? And I don't think he's that Frankenstein, Frankenstein, which I heard about, and I was like really surprised, amazed that they actually went with that story. Shame on you, Marvel. Alright, here's a Wolverine. I think this is a Jim Lee pose. Pretty cool pose, iconic pose. Batman with teeth. And something that looks like a heart/strawberry. Alright. This right here, that's a Spider-Man. Calling it. I'm gonna stick with it. And then we have our other heroes. And this would be my gods. I love doing gods. So this right here is Poseidon because he's got the trident, and then you have here Artemis, which she was just a warrior, badass. Here's Hades with his sickle. Hercules, right? Aphrodite, and then you have a young Zeus because he's calling his eagle to come upon, and here's his staff where he conducts lightning. Game of Thrones characters, right? Because you can't draw enough of them. I love those guys. Right here we just have some shy ladies. This one's naked and she's in yoga pants with a creepy skull guy in the background. This right here, it was a face that I found and I messed it up completely. I'm not even proud of this, besides actually trying to complete something of the nature. Now that I look at it, her hair needs to come out here a little bit more. It's really creepy when people have this huge, forehead, and you might have that forehead, and it's, for me, no, it's almost like a distrust look. It's like kind of trust. And if you look at Mark Zuckerberg, he's got that. It's like he's missing hair right here, and it goes all the way to the back. It makes him look like a robot. Like there's no connection there. That right there is a pig or an eagle with a guy. Weapon X, that's Wolverine. Luckily his stain was covering his junk, which is pretty convenient. This right here, just home and parties and whatnot. Cyclops, the original Cyclops. Some more lovely ladies that pose on the internet for me. Just good structure here. Look at the shading and the shadows. Like, it looks like she's standing up, right? Right here, she is definitely looking at the camera for some reason. Another lady here, walking away. Don't you walk away. Right here, this is, maybe I'll smooth this one right here. Oh yeah, I like that. Alright. This right here is the little Aria. Yep, that's little Aria with her needle in a face right here that's looking at her, as well as this lady with high heels in a bikini or whatever that is, lingerie. This is Roberto Colon. This guy is pretty old. He's still pitching in the majors. He's in his like mid to late 40s. Phenomenal. This guy as well. I think he might have retired. This is Ichiro, and this is Giancarlo, Giancarlo Stanton, Michael Stanton. I don't know what he goes by, but he kind of reminds me of The Rock. He is The Rock of Major League Baseball. Then right here, just more poses, and I love doing, if you really want to study great anatomy, study ballerinas or dancers. Their body parts move all around. They're great just figures to study, and you can find a lot of them on Instagram or Pinterest. These ladies, they all have, this one has a little attitude, and she's walking away, but she say, hey, look at me, I'm stretching. Love this. All right. I'm a big fan of baseball. I, at one point, thought that's what I wanted to do in my life, is to play baseball. I didn't have the chops for it. But more important, I just didn't have, I didn't put forth the effort. And anything you do in life, if you want to pursue it, you got to put a lot of effort. Don't think like, because you're not naturally, doing this or that you don't have it. You actually got to put effort. Like right now, I'm putting effort into my art, and like I'm getting up 4:30 in the morning, and I'm cranking out art left and right till it's time for me to go to the gym. I'm gonna go to the gym, work out. After I finish, I'm headed back home. I'm doing a couple things around the house, and then I'm headed to work. And I come back home and I'll do some more stuff here and there for my art career or business or passion. And I just didn't have that when it came to baseball. I thought that either you were good and you could throw a ball 90 miles an hour, and you could hit a ball 90 miles an hour and field, and just had all these accolades for a baseball player. But that's really not the case. I didn't have the drive. And whatever you do in life, just put the drive into it, put the hard work, put the dedication, and you're going to be successful in it. I think, I don't want to say I guarantee, but I guarantee that. All right, just got to put the work into it. Here I have some more faces. She's about to puke. She's about to say, oh my goodness, not on me. This little vixen here is ready to do something. This somewhat of self-portrait of me as some kind of caricature, cartoonish. She's turning around because she's in shame. This one wants more attention. This one's just, hey, I'm naked. I'm gonna look away right now. This is a pretty cool. That's not Bill Cosby, by the way. This is just a creepy old guy, which makes sense because he is around this naked lady that's happy to see him. In this one, I think this is somewhat of a Taylor Swift try, followed by Eva Green. You can see with the eyes of Eva. This one, I just didn't get the nose, but I somewhat had the lips. This is actually a co-worker of mine. Josh, if you're out there, what's up? I think this is another co-worker, ex-co-worker that I work with. Laura, what's up? And that's Superman. I'm not sure who that guy is. but that guy has a very nice beard. Here's a Joker. Oh, I love the Joker that they do now. Or was in a few issues. I really don't know where the comics are, but he had like he cut off his face and then stitched his face back on, which I thought that was bizarre, creepy, and brilliant. That's pretty cool. This is Harley Quinn, and that's a Catwoman. I could tell because it said Catwoman. This lady, she got a little attitude, but you gotta check out her hiney. She's ready to play some basketball in those little tiny shorts. She is, she did something. This is just face. This one's not happy to see you, but ready for something. And oh, she is ready for something right there. This guy's just pondering here on the side, thinking about life. Sometimes you gotta do that. Hey, sometimes you gotta stop, think about where you're at, count your blessing, because you're alive. That's fucking amazing. Like, you have avoided death. Death's out there. Is it gonna get you? This is a very fit lady that she's just striking a pose. This one's striking a pose as well. This guy's trying to look away, and that is just a buy for him. I'm just breaking it down, guys. I don't know if you're getting what I'm putting down. This is a guy that I never finished. I want to say he might have been a Wolverine just because he has his pose, you know, and these little claws come out, and you know, it's like, and he's like, "Don't make me go berserk on you, bub," you know. And then I probably need to give him some mod chops right here, right? And that's almost a Wolverine. With maybe that's Jean Grey right there. This right here, this is an idea that I got where I was gonna do some squares of food: strawberry, orange, lemon, corn, avocado, carrot, pears, bananas. I think I had to spell that. I know what that is. Cup of tea, pineapple, a chili. I actually did the chili one. And tomato, and you always gotta toss in little lady right there. That's the meats. Back to this one. She's like looking to her side. You gotta watch out for that one. She has her back turned to us, but very good delts. She's been working out. This one, I almost feel like she's up against a wall. Let me put a wall here, right? Because it looks really weird when she's not, you know. You're like, hey, what is she like? She, you know, she has some gas trap there. She's a skateboarder. You can tell by the skateboard. Here we have this lady in lingerie. She curvy, you know. She got them curves, and that's all I gotta say about that. She doesn't have a face, but I believe she has the body for it, whatever. She's running. Sometimes you gotta run naked, and then sometimes you gotta cry. You gotta cry about it. Right? This cool little sketch of, I think, Harley Quinn done in a style. This guy's done in a style too. This is an original. And this, I think I saw this on Pinterest. Thought it was a really cool image. Decided to paint it or draw it. This is a pencil, not a paintbrush. Here's my Colossus. The Phoenix Colossus. Pretty cool. This is old guy from, what's the USA Network, where he's some kind of hacker. Anyways, I think his last name is Malik. God, I'm sorry guys, my memory is kind of bad, but if you guys can comment on who that guy is from that show on USA that I can't think of. Mr. Robot! Oh my goodness! It was on the next page with the characters of Mr. Robot, which I gotta say, great show. Gotta catch it. These are the characters in it. There's a boy, Mr. Robot himself, his sister, his persona is, I haven't seen it in a while, but the last time I saw it, oh boy is pretty much him, his somewhat girlfriend, friend. He's cool, she's cool, detective. He owns money. Oh, and then I was gonna do Stranger Things, but I didn't finish. And I'm a fan of that show. I think this is Ariana Grande, but she tiny. You know, there's nothing grande about her. A man from the side, and this woman drinking her tea. But I love how big her lips are, and she's not even looking at you. She's closing her eyes. That's so beautiful. Love that. Here is a Paul Bunyan. Yes, Paul Bunyan. I'm a big fan of Paul Bunyan because I was a fan of all those tall tales growing up, which involved Pecos Bill, and also Hammering Henry. I think those are the three main ones. But I could be missing one. Anyways, I need to do something with those legends, those tall tales characters. They're great. They just had character, and like those are kind of like my comics growing up as a little kid before I discovered comics. So then we have just caricatures that other people did and that I recreated that I could copy, and I took some of their techniques away, but it's all about practice. And it's good practice. I'm not selling this. This is for me only. Right here, did a genie. Pretty cool genie right there. A Joker. I think I saw this Joker. Thought he was cool looking. That is an old school Ryu. And that is a Robin. And that is a Psylocke. And that is Batman. So I covered all of this. Next one is this girl. She's really happy, but she's got no eyes, man. She is possessed. Oh no. Right? But it's okay because she's thinking about murdering her. She's laughing about it, and she's not impressed by my comment. This is a lovely picture of this woman that's naked, but she's holding a rose. That's fucking awesome. This right here, this is a caricature. You can tell by her long neck, huge head, and tiny body endos. She's like, what's up? Or like, she's intense. I like this face. You know, sometimes I'll draw stuff and then come back to her, and I'll look at it and I'm like, I drew that? Damn. I did that? You know, and then I think to myself, I'm actually decent. So this right here, love it again. Big eyes, big chest area, and just like delicacy here and there, everywhere. This is my Wolverine right here. He's kind of badass. He only has one claw out there, so you get the message. Smoking a cigar. I like this one just because he needs some knee protection if he falls down. And then this is like his 3. It used to be like 3 on the side, but I thought 1, 2. How about we just put the 3rd one up here? And he still has his his shoulder protectors. in case he gets, you know, hit there. You protect that. Really cool. Just blue sketch, and come back with darker lines. She is, you know, I think she's putting on her panties or whatever this is. That's all. She's ready to fight her. You can tell she's wearing. And then she's just saying, I have great abs. This is like my Thor that is a little bit more traditional, because Thor is not a comic book character for you guys. Thor is a mythological character from the Norsemen, and he's accompanied by Odin and Loki and all these great characters from that mythological realm. And so this is a little bit geared more towards that realm. They never, well, I always see them depict as this guy with no beard. But if you really think about it, if he's in that era, I think he would have a beard. But you know what? I didn't exist in that era, so I don't know. This right here, this is a lady, she's working out. She is working out her back. She's doing these dumbbell rows that eventually this will go back and she will make this. You know, it goes back. And when you do these pulls, you're working mostly the biceps and the back. If you want to work your chest, you're doing pushes, as well as your tricep. You're pushing out. She needs to stretch, and that's what she's doing. And that is Jill Valentine. If you're not familiar with Jill Valentine, she is a character of Resident Evil, which is a property owned by Capcom. And I'm a huge Capcom fan. I love Capcom. I always get the Street Fighter books that they come out with. Really good stuff to reference. Here is another Thor. As you can tell, I'm a big fan of Thor. I like this Thor. He's a little bit more realistic. His proportions are a little bit more downsized, where, you know, this part right here looks like a real human leg, as opposed to these super bulky. Well, I mean, this could be realistic. I mean, they do have guys that big, and this guy is, you know, above big. But she's not impressed. She's ready to go somewhere. She is going somewhere. She's getting away. She just wants you to look at her hiney. She's holding her bosoms, and she just took a shower, or she's blowing her nose. You pick. Yes, that's right. All right, and more blue. Doing stuff in blue, it's really cool, because once you do in blue, these are not like, you don't want to use this as they say, you don't want to use this as something, okay, I'm just going to trace over the blue. You want to use it as guides, right? So what that means is that if you decide that you don't want to follow these lines, then don't follow it. They're just guides to, they're options. You can follow these lines or create your own lines, but it's not set in stone for you to pursue and just make marks on top of them. And what's really cool is with this, animators use this, and what they'll do is scan it in or make it digital. And once it's digital with Photoshop, all you really need to do is just take a layer or go into your channels, and there's a blue channel which you can make that invisible, and then these lines go away. Then on this page right here, she's sassy. She's proud of her body, and she's trying to tell me to calm down. Spider-Man, as he would be, I mean, he's kind of a kid. he's not gonna be huge and bulky. That's not Spider-Man. That's a Venom. Which I need to do Venom. I don't think I have a Venom in here. More ladies that look away, that come my way, and that are there to stay. This is, I think I was doing a Maxi from Soul Calibur. Pretty cool character. I need to finish this guy. This is Jose Fernandez, RIP. Really great guy, talent that came from the Miami Marlin organization. He played against my Bravos and he always dominated. It's sad for a competitor like this to die in a freak accident, in a boating accident. It's really bad. So when I found that, it's like I gotta draw this guy kind of just to remember, So he's forever now in my sketchbook and forever in YouTube land. Arnold Palmer here, and he just hit a ball. He's looking at it. It went. And look, this, I think Colossus is about to throw Wolverine in that path too. So both of them are looking beyond. All right, some more pretty ladies. This one's fully dressed. She's ready to go to a cocktail party. This one is ready just to hang out in her onesie. This one's ready to do something bad. What I like about this one the most, it's the face. Look at that face. That face is just like, I'm really pretty to look at, right? This one, she's half drawn, but her face, right? That face is still there. Yeah, like I said, I can't do hair that well. It's flowing, it's there. And then this one back there, she's, don't forget me, I'm naked. This is a pretty cool face that I did. I like this. It's got a little something. This one too, some blue, and then just quick, like, that's a great pose, which I'm a fan of. This right here, you can't really see her, and that's why I need to come in and maybe box this, and then have this in the background, and then she will come out. This right here, she knows we're looking at her. She knows it. And then right here, some more. I think this is the later ones where she's diving, or she's ballet girl that just like here's the ground, and she just went boop up, right? And then since she's up, she would cast a shadow. Oh girl there. My main guy. So Westworld, which I have yet to do faces for Westworld. Really great show. Actually, this is the original Westworld, written and directed by Michael Crichton. A lot of people don't know that, but really great movie. This was like the first Terminator, which was awesome. I'm a big fan of Terminator. So seeing this guy right here, Yul Brynner, play the role, and he's also been in other movies. I think he was in The King and I. This is an actor back in the late 50s, 60s. But if you've never seen the movie, gotta catch it. It's really interesting to watch. And then that's it, boys and girls. This is just paper, and this is stuff to put paper in. All right, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Please follow me, like it if you like it. If you don't, maybe like it because I asked you to like it. I have a really good time doing these videos. I hope you guys maybe learned something from it. If not, visually enjoy what you see. If not that, maybe I said something that resonated with you about life, about experience. So I'm looking forward to doing my next sketchbook. I think I have one that I'm just about wrapping up, and then I'll be happy and super excited to share that with you guys. So thank you so much for taking your time, watching this video, listening to me, and I'll hopefully see you next time. Ciao.